Today's warm-up we're mostly going to be doing from the floor, so we're going to jump right to this pretty quick. You're going to lie down on your side. Now, I like to put my shoulder on the floor for this and my hand under my head. You don't have to. You can, whatever works to make your neck comfortable. You're going to take your top leg, you're going to make it straight, you're going to bring it up and down. We're going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to see my foot stay sideways like side kick. That's what you want. And stop. You're going to roll to the other side. I'm going to swing around and do the same thing. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now from here, you're going to keep your legs straight. You're going to make a circle. You're going to go forward and around and back. We're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now you're going to go the other direction. You go back, around, and forward. 1. Loosening up through your hips. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Swing around back to the other side. The same idea. Right? We're going to take that leg. We're going to make that circle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go the other direction. 1, 2, 3. Big circle. 4. Big circle. And 5. Okay, now for this next one, you can either put your foot flat on the floor behind your leg, so it's like this, or you can put it in front of your leg. Doesn't really matter. The important thing is you're going to lift up your bottom leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. I'm swinging around. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now from here, you may need to watch for a second. You're going to roll onto your belly. You're going to have your elbows on the floor, your tummy on the floor, right? Now, you may need to turn your belt to the side. I actually find that can be uncomfortable, especially on a hard floor. You're going to pick up one leg. Doesn't matter which one. You're going to lift it up, right? We're going to do 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look forward or even up. 4, 5, 6, 7. If I look up, I can't speak though. 8, 9, 10. Other side, same idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. From here, we're going to sit up into a normal straddle kind of stretch. So feet are apart. You can lean forward. Just a couple seconds. Okay, now, we got a bonus move. This is not for everybody. You gotta be pretty flexible for this to work. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. From here, without moving, you're just gonna pop up your behind. Right like that. And we're gonna do 10 push-ups right here. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And crawl forward. Oh, take that stretch out of your legs. Okay, like I said, that one's not for everybody, but if it was for you, oh, fantastic. Okay, so we're done warming up. Let's get into the main part of class. All right, today we're going to be working on some punches. Now, I'm going to be demonstrating a couple of these punches on one of these new bags that we're going to be able to use in in-person classes soon that will let us practice our techniques while still being socially distanced and all that great stuff. So I got a bunch of these things lined up along the wall, but I'll be just demonstrating some of the minor aspects of punching that we want to be able to do today, right? So first of all, when we throw most of our punches, we are trying to hit with these knuckles right over here. The big ones, right? So you have knuckles all around your fingers, right? You have the tiny knuckles, you have the middle knuckles, and then you get your big knuckles. The ones where your fingers and your hand meet, those are the knuckles that we're really talking about hitting with. And in particular, you're trying to hit with the ones that are associated with these two fingers, your pointer finger and the middle finger. So these two knuckles right over here are the primary place that you're going to make contact when you throw a jab or a cross. So if I'm throwing my jab, boom, that, or I'm throwing a cross, right, whatever it is, I want to have that good impact point. Now, if you have a bag that you want to practice hitting with today, you can feel free to do that. I'll do some of these strikes to the bag like I mentioned, or if you're just doing it to the air, that's perfectly fine too. We'll still have things for you to work on. With that being said, I want to start by talking about just our jab, which is kind of like our leading move, right? It initiates so many of our striking combinations. Let's do 5 just really quick, and then we'll get into some details, right? Get in your fighting stance, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. Switch your legs, 5 on the other side, ready, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the detail I want to focus in on today is how your elbow moves as you throw your punch, right? So when I throw a jab, I'm going to get pretty close so you can see this. My elbow goes up and it goes down. It does not go out, right, like that. Now, the reason I bring this up is it's very normal for people to do this. It's also not very good for people to do this, right? Normal and good are not the same thing. So if you watch when I jab the bag, you can see my elbow go straight up as I'm hitting. Straight up as I'm hitting. And then I'm hitting with those good knuckles, right? Boom, just like that. And now we can do this all sorts of ways. We can step on our jab, twist on our jab. But the point is, elbow comes up, right? So what I would like you to do is think about making sure your elbow comes up. We're going to do 5 more of these on each side. I'm going to demonstrate on the bag this time so you get a different point of view. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And then we're going to switch your legs. We're going to do the exact same thing. 5 on the back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. So that's true in our jab, that our elbow goes up. It's also true when we throw our cross. We keep our elbow in. We don't flare our elbow out. Right? So the same idea, right? My elbow is going up as I throw the cross. Now, by the way, you'll notice my elbow twists, right? So I'm going to roll my sleeve a little bit. Right now, the point of my elbow is pointing down. It turns over as I throw my punch, and it's pointing sideways now. But again, it doesn't go out. All right? So we're going to do a few crosses. I'll do a few towards you. We're going to do 10 of these, right? Make sure you turn your hip, turn your shoulder. Ready? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch your legs. Same thing the other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now, we still have this idea of our elbow coming up when we throw our cross. What we're going to add in now is what do we do with our head? What do we do with our eyes? Now, if you've ever done any sport, right, you've heard some coach or parent say to you, look at the ball, or whatever it is, look at the puck. Whatever the thing is, you got to keep your eye on it, right? In particular, if you're trying to catch it, right? Or if you're trying to hit it, okay? And the same thing is true when it comes to sparring or punching. You got to look where you're punching, okay? So what do I mean by that? When I throw my cross, I'll face you. You can see that I keep my eyes right at you. Or if I'm punching at the bag, I keep my eyes right on the bag. It's normal, but not good for people to say, well, Sensei, I turn my shoulders, so I have to turn my head because I don't have a neck. And my neck doesn't actually do anything. It's just like it's like glued on there or something weird, right? Hopefully that's not true. Hopefully you have a neck. And you can use that neck to turn your shoulders, but still keep your eyes forward. Okay, so when I punch this, you're going to see I keep my eyes on the target. Now, it's particularly important for this because it moves a little bit. And because it keeps moving, if I time my punch wrong, I kind of get a little bit messed up because it's wiggling about. All right, so we're going to throw some crosses. If you're hitting a thing in your house, great. If you're not hitting a thing in your house, just look at me and don't let yourself look away. I know you're like, So I can't look at you that much. It's disgusting. Try your best, all right? So we're going to do our cross. We're going to hit the target. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're going to switch your legs. Same thing. Now, I'm watching this thing the whole time. I got to watch if it's going to rock back and hit me in the face. Right? Maybe you're watching me. Maybe you're watching your back. Let's do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Picked up the pace a little bit there for fun at the end. So as we're doing that, what we're really looking for is that you can do both. That you can have good form on your punch and maintain that eye contact. It's not a one or the other kind of situation, right? Do you want vanilla or chocolate? In this case, you need both. Right? Do you want ice cream and a cone, or do you just want the ice cream in your hands? Who has ice cream just in their hand? I mean, that's weird. Frozen yogurt, I don't know what your thing is. Right? So the idea is you got to twist. Keep your eyes on. Keep your elbow moving in the right direction. So now, speaking of doing both, we're going to do the jab cross, right? When we do our jab cross, I'll do some of them towards you. I'll do some of them towards the bag. Keep your elbow going up. Keep your eye forward. All those good things, right? Really important. Oh, I forgot to mention a little bit about why it's important that your elbow go up. Meant to. Let's go for it now. When we go to do that jab, one thing you're going to notice is that if I'm going like this, my elbow is between you and my body. And if you were trying to hit me, it's going to work to defend me, right? It's still like acting as armor, right? But as soon as it goes over here, it's easy to hit me, right? So you got to keep that in for good defense, right? One of the big things we talk about when we talk about punching, and I said, hey, with these knuckles and things like that, is we don't want to hurt ourselves when we punch, right? The worst thing you could do is someone's trying to beat you up, and you're like, you know what? I can do it better. And you start beating yourself up. Like, who would do that? That doesn't make any sense, right? So keep your body in a good place to make it so you can protect yourself. Elbow goes up, elbow goes up. All right, so let's go. We're going to do 10 jab crosses. Do 10 towards you. I'll do 10 in the back. Here we go. 1, 2, keep your eyes on. 3, make your elbow go up. 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go a little faster. 8, 9, 10. All right, facing the bag for me. You're going to switch your legs. Here we go. Keep your eyes on your target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did a different one, but that's okay. Just for fun, the bag moves a little bit. All right, so everybody, great job on your jabs and crosses. Remember those details. Those little things are going to really add up as you progress through your techniques and through your curriculum. For now, let's keep moving on to the next part of class. For today's choke technique, I'm going to demonstrate a couple times for you, and then we'll break it down into some pieces so you can learn it and get it under your belt, so to speak. So first one I'm going to mirror, so my right is my left, things like that. So here it is. I'll show it to you once from the side, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so this technique is assuming someone's grabbing you from the front, right? They got this kind of an attack on you. They could be grabbing your shirt. They could be strangling you, right? They could be shaking your shoulders. Whatever it is, you need to get out. What do you need to do? The first thing is you eliminate the immediate threat. You're going to step back, duck your chin, right? One of the challenges we want to watch out for is we don't want to get knocked backwards whenever someone grabs us. If we fall down on our back and they're on top of us, strangling us, that's a much more complicated escape than just stepping back one time and establishing a good solid base. So the first thing is when they grab you, you take your right foot, you step back and you duck your chin. Now, in a perfect world, when you duck your chin, you want to get your jawbone to be touching down by your collarbone and your sternum, right? So there's this tight seal where they can't really get in on your neck. The good news is if they grab your neck, if you hold your breath for just that 1 to 2 seconds, it won't be a problem, right? Whether you hold your breath by your own choice, right, like this, or if someone starts to strangle you and you have to hold your breath kind of at their control, you still have a good long time before you're in real trouble. So the thing that gets you into trouble is when someone's trying to strangle you and you try and breathe, right? Because that actually makes you cough and makes you gag and all sorts of problems. It makes the situation a lot worse. So first thing, step back, duck your chin, get a good solid base. And again, if they're in on your neck, hold your breath until you can do the next 2 moves, which should take you less than a second, right? So if you can't hold your breath for a second, talk to your doctor, right? You may need some help, right? So once I step back and I brace here, and I'm not gonna get knocked over, I'm going to do a double chop to the ribs, right? I'm coming in this way. I'm hitting with the pinky side of my hand right here into their ribs, right? Just like that. Now, in a perfect world, you would be somewhere between the lower ribs, the upper ribs. Anywhere in there is going to be pretty effective. It hurts up high, hurts down low. But if you get below the ribs and you get into the hips, that doesn't work, right? A chop to the hip, that actually hurts your hand. A chop to the ribs, I'm not going to do because it hurts my ribs, okay? So you got to make sure you get that chop in pretty high, and then you just break up, right? So from here, let's do it. We step back, we chop the ribs, we break up, right? I'll show it to you one time from the side. Feel free to come along for the ride, so to speak. Step back, chop the ribs, break up. Now, one thing I want to mention here. Break up, not out, not down. What do I mean? So when I break up, I'm here. I kind of look like I'm in a fighting stance, and I have inside position compared to their arms. If I push out too far, now I've created an opening. It's easy for someone to hit me, and if I push down, I have the same exact situation. I want to break up, right? Not too far out, not down, just like a fighting stance. Right? So let's do that together 2 more times. Really quick, step back, chop, break up. Make sure you stop at the top. 1 more time, step back, chop, break up, stop at the top. Now we got to hit. So the first strike that we're going to hit with is a hammer fist. And as a matter of fact, all the strikes we're going to do in this technique today are a hammer fist. They're a lot like a chop, only they hit with a fist. So you hit like this with the pinky side of your hand. And the very first strike that you're going to do is going to be to their temples, right, which is kind of right behind your eyes. You're going to do a double hammer fist to the temple, just like that. So if you watch it from the side, you can see I'm chopping about rib height, breaking up, and then hitting in the temples. All right, so let's try that a couple times together. I'll do 2 with you, and then you'll do 1 without me. So let's do it. Go ahead. Break up, double hammer. Good. Again. Chop, break up, double hammer. Good. And 1 time without me. Step back, chop, break up, and double hammer. Now for this next couple of things, as I'm talking, you're going to see my chin's going to be up a little bit while I'm talking. Most of the time when you do this technique, you want to have your chin down, but it's actually very hard to communicate with you. When I jam my chin all the way down, my voice gets funny. So a lot easier. You'll see this, but you know the right way to do it. That being said, the next thing that you have to do is you have to coil. When you coil on this technique, what you're doing is preparing to hit hard. So what I'm going to do is I chop, my chin is down, break up, double hammer. At this point, if your chin pops up, it's not the end of the world anymore, right? From here, I'm going to come back like I'm playing baseball. I take my body from facing towards the person who's choking me, and I turn sideways, and I'm still looking at you, though. I do not turn my head to the side, right? It's just like I'm getting ready to play baseball. If you watch it from the side, step back, chop, break up, double hammer. I turn. You can see I'm looking towards the target, right? But my body's turned to the side. And that's everything from my feet to my shoulders, right? The only thing that's not turned is my head. All right, so let's do that 2 times together. Let's go. Ready? Step back, chop, break up, double hammer, coil up, right? And again, step back, chop, break up, double hammer, and coil. All right. Let's do one time without me. Ready? Step back, chin, chop the ribs, break up, double hammer, coil up. Very good. Next two last couple strikes are again hammer fists. They're going to be coming across 1, 2. These two hammer fists are going to be the temple and to the jaw. Now when I hit you with that first hammer fist here, it's not going to be very powerful. It might lean your head a little bit. And then the next one's going to try and come right here. And whew, that's going to leave a mark. All right, so chop, break up, double hammer, coil up. It's going to be my lead hand. For you, it will be your left hand. Turn left hand hits, right? And then right hand hits. The second one will be the more powerful one, right? Watch it one time a little bit more fluid. Chop, break, double hammer, come back, 1, 2. Just like that. All right, so we're going to do 2 times together. 1 time by yourself. Ready? Step back, chop, break, double hammer, come back, hammer, hammer. All right, again, step back, chop, break, double hammer, come back, hammer, hammer. All right, now 1 time without me. Ready, go. Step back, chop, break up, double hammer, come back, hammer, hammer. All right, so one little detail we didn't go over before that I want to go over really quick now is as much as we talked about turning our body this way, it's just as important that it turns back. The reason we're turning is so we can turn back. This wind up allows us to hit harder. So my feet are turning this way, my belly's pointing this way, my shoulders are twisted. As I strike, everything comes forward. So I want you to be aware of that. We're going to do 3 more times. If you're already doing it, great. Go with speed and power. If you're like, oh, I was just wiggling my arms, I wasn't thinking about my hips, think about your hips. Ready? Step back, chop, break, come back. 1, 2. Again, chop, break, double hammer, come back, hammer, hammer. Good. 1 time without me. Step back, go. Just do the whole thing. If I have to tell you what to do, it's a bad sign. Should be done by now. If you're not, it's okay. Pause this, practice some more. My advice to you is as you practice this, you want to get to a place where you're doing the technical things right first, right? Remembering the pattern, turning your feet, keeping your hands up. And once you get those things reliably done correctly, maybe it's time to move on to some speed, right? But check in with your sensei in class or a private lesson, whatever it is. Ask them to be like, hey, how does this look? And then they'll say to you, yeah, you know, it's definitely time to work on speed for you. Or, hey, I see that you forgot that you're supposed to keep your hands up, or whatever it is that we need to help you with, and we'll definitely coach you through that. All right, so great job on your choke technique. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. Let's get started doing some kicks today. We're going to be doing 6 minutes of kicks and then 25 push-ups at the end. When we do our kicks today, things that I'm looking for, stay relaxed, stay smooth, stay fluid, and if you're a higher belt, you're trying to pick up your pace, go a lot faster as well, right? While still maintaining your form. The 2 kicks that we're going to be doing today are roundhouse kick and back step side kick. We got 2 kicks to do on 2 different legs, so that's 4, and each of them's been half, and that, I think, 6 minutes. I know it's 6 minutes, but that's okay. Really easy. We're doing roundhouse kick. If you have a target you want to use, you can use a target. You can kick. Maybe you want to bounce back off. Maybe you're kicking to the air. You want to kick, and you want to fall forward. Either of those is fine by me. You could do a mixture of them. You could do a kick to the air and recover back, right? Or you could do a kick to the bag and fall forward, though that one gets a little bit messy sometimes. So whichever way you want to do it, as long as you keep moving for the minute and a half, that's not bad at all. We're also going to be doing a back step side kick. Back step side kick, I step towards, I kick. I strongly recommend bouncing back after that if you're hitting a bag, because otherwise you're sitting on the bag, you're kicking at the air, you can fall forward, or you can recover back. Whichever one you feel like doing is perfectly fine with me. All right, so we're going for 90 seconds. Pick a leg, we're doing roundhouse kick. On your mark, get set, go. Start kicking the target. a lot, maybe a little bit too much. Now, if you are kicking a target, make sure you're making good contact with a good part of your body. If you feel yourself out onto your toes, you want to switch that. Because kicking and hitting with your toes feels real bad. Right, I'm going to do a few kicking towards you. Ready? Go ahead. And come back. Time flies. One more kicking. Don't forget to breathe. It's important. All right. Switch your legs. Same thing. Roundhouse kick. Ready, set, go. Things you can think about as you're kicking to the air. Be mindful of your hands. Not a terrible idea. If you have a mirror, kick at the mirror. Be like, hey, that hand keeps bouncing. Or, when I try to kick at the mirror, I can't see myself. There's an excellent chance then that you're turning your head too much as you kick, which we don't want. We want to be able to see our target as we kick at it. Keep moving and turn and do something to the bag in a second. All right, I'm going to kick the bag. You can kick whatever you're kicking. Can you stop kicking the bag? I'll fix that after the minute and a half. One thing you don't want to do is have to keep fiddling with stuff in the middle. If you're fiddling, maybe you should pause the video, right? Or reset. At least that minute and a half. All right, we're switching to back step side kick. Pick that back up. All right, deep breath. Doesn't really matter which leg you're doing, as long as you're doing one of them. Ready? Go. Now, if you're hitting something that's easy to knock down, right, like this is pretty easy to knock down with a side kick. This is a good time to work on control or accuracy. If you're using something, you should be looking what you're doing, but I'm speaking to you. If you're using something that's a little bit more sturdy, you can't knock down, yeah, you can put some power in there, sure. But I just knocked this over with a roundhouse kick. Side kick like this, so much more powerful. All right, I'm gonna turn and do some kicks towards you. And again, you can fall forward and then shuffle back. Or you can kick and recover. Either way, make sure you can look at what you're kicking at. Because if you can't see it, it's no good. My hair's getting too long. Need a haircut. Ah, the joys of social distancing. All right, stop. Deep breath. Back step side kick. Other side. Ready? And let's go. I'll kick some towards you. And again, you can fall forward, then shuffle back. Or you can just come right back. whichever one works better. If I commit my kick to have more power, pretty much always fall forward, unless I'm hitting something really solid, which this is not. Or if I'm thinking more controlled, I usually can come back. Both are good. Just as long as you can, do both. You don't want to have one setting, right? I can only kick hard. No one wants to practice with you. I can never kick hard. Really hard to defend you then. You gotta be able to do both. I can kick softer. I can kick harder. Be like a gentle giant. Have both settings. All right, I'm gonna kick the bag a couple times. And again, I gotta have some control and accuracy here. All right, that's 6 minutes of kicks. Let's get ready for some push-ups. Now on the push-ups, when you're doing your push-ups today, the most important thing is that full range of motion. How do you decide though if you're doing with your legs straight or if you should do them with your legs bent? There's two ways. First way is you try and you find when you get to the place where you do two in a row that are just kind of sloppy, right? Your hips are down as you do your push-up, or your hips are up as you do your push-up, right? You can't make it all the way down or all the way up. When you get two in a row like that, switch down to doing them on your knees. That's one way. The other way is track it. Well, last week I tried this. I was able to do 6 with my legs straight, and then I did the rest with my knees bent. So this week, I'm going to try and do 8 with my legs straight, and the rest with my knees bent. So either approach works pretty well. I like tracking personally, but if you haven't been doing them that much or you haven't started tracking before, well, got to start somewhere. So I'm going to start with my legs straight for some of these, and then I'll switch down to on my knees, right? So on your mark, get set, and go. Right, now maybe I was saying, oh, those last couple, they didn't feel right. Not that they were hard, but I just couldn't do them. So then I start doing them with my knees bent. Oh, that one was bad. So maybe you need to shake out your arms a little bit because you're already doing them on your knees. Okay, and then get back to it. All right. The big thing is at the end, if you feel your muscles burning in the back of your arms, in your chest, you pick the right challenge for you. If you don't, maybe you should do some more, or next time do more with your legs straight. All right, so great job, everybody. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, let's get started on some stretching to wrap up today. We're going to do kind of the classic butterfly stretch, right? Feet together, try and get your knees down and your feet close to your body, and then you're just going to lean forward the right amount for you. Now, what you're trying to do here is try and get your belly button down to your feet, not your head, right? So I can tuck this way, but that's not the thing. Try and keep your spine a little bit straighter and let your body just kind of sag down. Take some deep breaths. This is one of the more important stretches for doing a high roundhouse kick, right? Some people struggle getting their knees down and bringing their chest down. Some people are really good at it, right? Whatever works. Good, ease up. We're gonna hit a couple more stretches. Next one, we're gonna go into a strategy. Put our feet apart, okay? And from here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna lean forward. This hits a slightly different muscle group. But again, this is one of the stretches that's really gonna help us with high roundhouse kicks. And I know we did a bunch of roundhouse kicks today. We're gonna be doing them a bunch of other days too. Walk your hands out till you get your chest on the floor. If you get your chest on the floor, good for you, that's fantastic. I'm not there right now, that's okay. The important thing about stretching is not trying to beat somebody next to you, just get that nice burning sensation in the muscle groups that you're targeting. Okay, from here, We're gonna put one leg in, one leg out, and we're just gonna stretch down towards that one leg. All right, now try and keep yourself centered here. Don't twist. All right, try and get both hands out towards that foot. I like to pull my pinky toe towards my face. Adds a little something to the stretch, which is kind of nice. Extend that spine. Well, I feel that. That feels good. Get that nice burning. Again, we're looking for that gentle burn when we're stretching, not that strong ripping sensation. That's not the thing. All right, ease up. We're going to switch the other leg. The same basic concept. Try and stay centered. This one I'm a little bit tighter on. Right? And it's normal to have one side that's a little bit tighter than the other. Do the best that you can when you get that burning sensation. That's what you're chasing, that nice stretch, not the I'm going to be better than you or lower than you or faster than you. Fast and stretching is not a combination that works well together. You know, it's like a nice sundae covered in mustard. It's like, that's not a thing. I hope not. I hope that's not a thing. Ugh, ease up. Okay, we got a couple more stretches we're going to do. This one's a little bit different. Some people don't find this one very comfortable. If you feel it's in a bad place, right, like not in the center of the muscles, but in like the, you know, in the joint or something like that, switch it up. Don't do this. You're going to take your one foot out. You're going to take your other foot behind you, right? And then it's kind of like a hurdler stretch, and then come down. You're going to feel this more on the outside of your leg, right? I like this one. Some people, if it bothers this knee, it ain't for you, right? Some people feel it even in the back of this knee. Again, you'd skip this one. Try and work your chest down. I like to put my hand behind me over here for balance, but some people like to go here. Whichever works. This makes it more intense for me for sure. But I feel like I can tip over and I don't want that. So I like this one. Good. We're going to ease up. Switch to the other side, the same idea. Listen to your body. If it says this is not the right stretch for you, feel free to switch to a different one. Do one of the ones we did earlier, right? Whatever it is. Breathe and relax. Again, I said this is my tighter leg, so I'm not going quite as far as I did on my other side. That's okay, right? But I feel the burning. That's what I'm shooting for. Okay, ease up. Last one. This is kind of like pigeon. We're going to put one leg in front and one leg in back, right? And then what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and bring our chest over this way. Right now, I'm going to show you a different point of view on this one because this one's kind of hard to see. Right? So you can do your stretch if you know what I'm doing. If you need to look, that's okay. You can see I've got this hip down on the floor. I'm trying to press the other one down. Right? And I'll show you that from the other side as well. So I've got one hip down and the other one tries to get down. It won't. If it does get down, that's weird. Good on you, I mean. But I don't think that can happen. Good. Ease up. All right, we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. We're almost done. So I put I have my left leg, whichever one you didn't do. Put that underneath and lean down over it. My back leg is pretty straight. If I want to intensify this, if I push down with my foot like that, you'll feel like, oh, wow, that's more intense. That may be the right thing for you. It may not. You can do the relaxed version or this posted up version. As long as you get that burning kind of in your glutes or in your behind, you should be pretty happy. And that's time. All right, so feel free to do whatever other stretches work for you, right? Or mix those stretches into your kind of normal end of class routine. Everybody, great job. Thanks for coming today. Look forward to seeing you soon.